Hey guys, what's up? It's Jade here, and today we are back with another video. Today we are going to be reacting to college rants on TikTok. I don't know. I thought this would be a pretty good video to do because at this point, either you've been in college now for a month or like close to a month, or you're just getting back into college. I don't know. It's a little back to school kind of thing. I finally graduated from college back in May, so I don't have to deal with college anymore. However, I can definitely relate with some of these people probably on what they're saying about their college experience. And yeah, I don't know. I just want to hear what people like, what their biggest issues with college are. The unfortunate thing is I can't do the most recent ones. I don't know how to get it to work on the TikTok desktop app. But it's something, you know. It's whatever, I guess. So, anyways, guys, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so we're gonna start here as the first one.
Why is leaving for college as hard as it is? Like going away from college. Because I live in Southern California and I'm going to college in Northern California in like less than a week. And it's really hard. It's really hard to leave everybody like behind. Like I don't understand why it's so hard. I guess just maybe I have such a crazy attachment to this place, but I don't know. Like for context, like I'm going to UC Santa Cruz, and for those who don't know and don't live in California, that's 6 hours away from like LA and like where I live in Orange County. And I don't know, I guess that's just hitting me now, like that I'm like gonna miss my friends, my family, and like everything I love about living here. And I guess it's just really hard. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. People who are leaving for college. I have other friends who are going all the way out to Oregon who are.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say this. My experience does not really relate. I'm nodding because I understand what he's saying, but personally for me, that was not an issue because um, when I started college, I had only lived in South Carolina for 2 years. And the year I started school in South Carolina was also the year COVID hit, so I only had like 3 months to make friends until the entire school shut down. Then, when school resumed in fall of that year, I was only going like a few days a week, basically. I didn't really get that much of a chance to really make friends. So for me, this didn't really affect me too much. I was more excited to make friends starting college than I was like, yeah, because I didn't really have a strong attachment to where I was in South Carolina.
Um, I know a guy who's leaving for Florida, and I think he already left. I just
For context, I moved to South Carolina in the middle of my junior year of high school.
I don't know. I guess it's just hitting me now, and I don't know why I'm talking about it or making this video. I guess it's just to kind of vent my frustration about it a little bit. But it's just really hard, and I admire anybody else who's doing it with me because it's really hard to step out of your comfort zone like this. Like I love all my friends, I love all my family, and the life I've built here. And yeah, like I'm really excited to start like a whole new life out there, but it's different, and I'm nervous about it too. It's just, it's gonna be really, really different, which I think could be good, but could also, be scary. However, I will say I am glad that I live in a place with opportunities for education like this. Some people have to travel to different countries to be able to pursue their academics and stuff like that. And I think it's really awesome that I live in a place in the world where I just have to go 6 hours for an amazing school. I'm super excited for my opportunity. I mean, I'm going to school to become a doctor. I'm really excited. But I guess maybe this video is to all the people who have like, because they watch my videos and I appreciate it. Even though they give me shit about it. But just want to say like I love you guys, I guess. And I appreciate all the time we had together. You know. So I guess that's kind of what I wanted to say. And tip my hat to anybody else who's traveling really far for college and leaving what they have behind. y'all have a splendid day, and thank you guys for listening.
I'm gonna be honest right now. This is probably the most wholesome rant we're going to get in this entire video. I feel like the rest throughout this are gonna be like, oh my goodness, I just can't, or something along those lines. But yeah, I can understand what this guy is saying. I don't have the same experience, but I understand what he's talking about, so.
Good morning. Get ready with me while I rant about the second week of college.
I'm probably gonna get copyrighted. Is there a way I can't? I don't know. Should I just skip the ones that have music? Probably.
So worked up right now because why the fuck am I paying so much
Yeah, I probably should have put a disclaimer. There's gonna be cursing in this video.
money to go to college? College is extremely overpriced. Every person in America fucking knows that. Like, this isn't anything new. But let me explain my series of unfortunate events that have occurred tonight that have just continually made me question what the fuck am I paying for? Let's start from the beginning. I needed to get some laundry done tonight. I've been putting it off all weekend because I hate doing laundry here. The closest washer and dryer is in a different building and in the basement, so it's not convenient for me to walk there at all. So I walk all the way, put my laundry there, but I have a plan, okay? I'm gonna put my laundry in, I'm gonna go eat in that dining hall, and then I'm gonna come back, transfer it, and then I'll figure out what I'm gonna do. So I make my walk to the laundry room, in the rain, might I add, and I put my clothes in a washer, a normal working washer. It's important that you know that it's working and it's normal. Like, I press the buttons and the cycle starts. Which, by the way, I also have to pay $3 for a load of laundry.
What?
Fuck, I'm paying $20.
Okay. I've used a washer and dryer that was in a different building in my university, meaning I had to actually walk with my clothes to like like the laundromat that was close to where my apartment was. This was like sophomore year of college, but I never had to pay to use it.
$1,000 a year to go to this fucking school and $4,000 to live in these shitty ass dorms. What the fuck am I paying for? My dorm is a piece of shit. I could make a whole separate video on how bad my dorm is. Regardless, I put my laundry in, I pay for it because you have to pay for it before you put it in. I pour my detergent on there. I use detergent, not Tide Pods, because the college washers don't melt Tide Pods correctly and it'll fuck up your clothes.
They don't. They don't. They have messed up my clothes when I use them. They do not use Tide Pods, guys.
And I research beforehand, and then I close it and I go upstairs to go eat. Like, everything is going according to plan. So I go up to the dining hall, and I'm paying almost $3,000 for this dining plan. And
They don't work properly, Tide Pods.
Because if you live in the dorms, you have to have a dining plan. Like, why? I have a microwave, I have a fridge, I can cook my own shit, but I have to have a dining plan for some fucking reason. And when me and my mom, like, were paying for it and looking at, like, a dining plan.
Yeah, I had to also pay for a dining plan as well. But I use it. I was always going to the was it to the cafeteria, but I have friends who lived off campus complaining that they had to still pay for a dining plan, which is kind of ridiculous in my opinion.
Dining plan's like, oh, $3,000. This must be, like, pretty nice, right? You'd fucking think it would be, but it's not. I go in there, there's like 2 options. They've like closed down half the stuff. It closes in 3 hours. Why are they closing down all the fucking food options? But there's still pasta available. And I was like, okay, pasta, whatever. I go to the stand. It's not like self-serve. There's like a person who has to scoop it for you, whatever. And I ask her, I was like, oh, can I get this pasta? She gives me the smallest child-sized portion known to man in this little bowl. And I'm like, it's not like my dining plan, the food is unlimited. Like, you can ask for as much food as you want, and you can go as many times as you want. Like, there's not a limit how much food you can get. And I just look at it, I was like, oh, sorry, can I, like, get some more? And she looks at me, and she doesn't say anything. But in her eyes, I see fatty, 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 big back. Why, bro? That is a child-sized portion. That's a Lunchable, bro. That's
It's a Lunchable.
5'10", 175-pound ass. I need more food than that, bitch. That's like a scoop. Like, there's like one little spoonful of pasta, bro. What? So this girl working there gives me the most judgmental stare. She gives me another half scooping of pasta. I was like, I'm embarrassed. I'm not even gonna ask her anymore. I'll just fucking whatever. So I take this sad little bowl of pasta and I go eat it by myself. The fruit there is bad. All of it, there's like 10,000 bananas and they're all green. Every time I go, the bananas are green. Had they ever been ripe? No. They're not ripe, so I don't even know why they fucking put them out. So I eat my food in the dining hall, whatever, and then my timer goes off for my laundry, and I go back down. I have to walk all the way down to the basement to get my, it's not even that far, I'm being dramatic, but like I walk down to the basement to transfer my laundry, and then I open up the washer, and it's like not even like mixed. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, you can still see where I poured the laundry detergent, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I like start rifling through my laundry because I was like, oh, maybe just a little bit of soap on the top, whatever. No, half of my clothes are like bone dry. Like the water didn't even fucking touch them, and the other half are sopping wet. Like, you know how washers are supposed to work? Like they're supposed to drain the water out. Like they're supposed to be damp, but like they were like soaking wet, and I was like, what the fuck? And there's soap, like there's detergent all over my clothes. Like the cycle didn't even like, the cycle didn't cycle properly. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just like run it through another rinse cycle. I click the button, immediately screen goes blank and it goes error or like out of order. What do you mean? What do you mean out of order? I already paid $3 for it. What do you mean out of order? Sorry, I'm like tweaking so hard it's making me sick. So I was like, what? Are you serious? It's out of order? And I keep fucking with the button and the washer just shuts off. So my clothes, I'm like, I can't just put these in the dryer because they're gonna drip so much water onto the ground if I move them, and half of them aren't even washed, and they're like thrifted clothes that I got, so I need to wash them. Like, they're dirty clothes, I need to wash them, and all the other ones are covered in soap, so I have to run it no matter what. So I was like, what the fuck? So I move it like 6 washers down to like a hopefully working one. So I move my clothes to a working dryer. This one actually does work this time, and I pay again. I paid $6 tonight for a load of laundry. I should have just fucking gone home. I should have just gone home at this point. I turn it on, and then this is like an hour ordeal at this point. I go back upstairs, and I have to wait another 35 minutes, and then my timer goes off again. I go back down there. It's been 1 minute. It's been 1 minute since my timer ended. Someone put my fucking clothes on the ground. Someone took my wet clothes out.
Oh.
They're damp now. They're not soaking wet, and they're clean, but threw them on the ground. It was 1 minute. It was 1 minute. It was 1 minute. I didn't catch the person who did it, but it was 1 minute that they were out of there, and my clothes were on the ground, and I was like, bruh. But at this point, I don't even care. I move them to a washer or a dryer. I have to pay for that too, so that's like $9 that I'm spending for this. Why? Why? What am I paying for? And I come back to my fucking dorm, and my roommate's in here, and she's like, why are you so mad? And I was like, you don't even know, because she lives like 5 minutes from here, so she just does her laundry at home. What am I paying for? I don't understand. Like, why am I paying $20,000 a year to go here? And I can't even do my laundry right. The meal plan fucking sucks, and they give me child-sized portions, and I think I'm fucking fat. And the room sucks. If you want me to make a video about the room, I will, because I could talk so much shit about this room. It sucks so bad, and the dorm situation sucks so bad. I love college, but it's so expensive. Like, why?
So yeah, I can't relate to everything that she said, but they do give you small portions of food. I believe this is because they're just trying to like make sure like everyone gets an equal amount of food. But I don't know, to be completely honest. I uh I I would only really get like a small portion of food when I went to the cafeteria, and I was able to get seconds if I wanted to. A lot of the time, I think I went over to the grill station because you were able to put as many fries as you wanted on your plate, and I would just shovel fries onto there because they would make more, and they were like, oh, you can't be taking that many, you fatty, or like, you because first of all, I'm very skinny. I'm like a twig. But yeah, they do give you small portions. That's why I would just kind of add other things onto my plate, and if I was able to serve myself as much food as I wanted, I would do that too. So I don't know, but the washer dryer situation is very interesting. I know people who would take other people's clothes out, and they wouldn't put them on the floor, but they would like put them on top of the machine or whatever, or like put them on like this table that we had that was kind of dirty. The detergent surprises me. But yeah, Tide Pods suck in those machines. I had Tide Pods explode on my clothes before and just messed them up. But yeah. Very sorry that this girl has to go through this though.
So I had an exam today, and when you're doing a summer class, most of them are online unless you're doing a lab, and I'm not. So mine's online. It's a lockdown browser with video and audio recording to make sure that like you're not talking to people, you're not
Oh, lockdown browser sucks.
cheating, whatever, right? So I go to the public library. I leave at 6 a.m. Okay. As soon as I open, I'm at the public library and I study for 6-ish hours, I think. What, until 12? Yeah. And then I go and take my exam. And I go to the library because the library is a quiet place. And I go to the floor that's like the no speaking floor, the quiet floor, right? And there's a good amount of people there. Some of the people, you can tell, are college students also doing summer classes. Some of them are obviously younger, you know, they probably are, I don't know if they're still in school or not. I don't know when high school, middle school ends. I don't really know. But whatever, right? So I start, and it's dead silent, as it should be. So I start taking my exam. And then all of a sudden, as I'm like taking it in the middle of it, there's like this group of like either middle school or young high school girls that come in, and they're like, oh my god, like, hey, and like the girl that they're saying hi to is right in front of me, and like the three of them stop and stand in front of her, and like they're like yapping, not even like whisper yapping, they're just like normal volume yapping, and I'm just like, and I don't want to say anything because I think it's worse if like the audio detection is like, rather than just them talking, if it's me talking to them. So I was just like, I'm just gonna quiet, but I gave them nasty looks like a billion times of like, notice how this is the quiet floor? And I had to go to the library. I couldn't go to my house because there's people in my house right now. So I could not take this exam in my house. And they yapped. So I was about halfway through the exam, but it's a 90-minute exam. So I was halfway through the questions. And I take the full time for online exams because why wouldn't I? I finish, I'm going to check my work, redo any equations that like I might have made a dumb mistake on, right? And literally, so I do about a question per almost a minute, so maybe it was like 20 minutes out of 90 minutes in, and literally the entire rest of the time since they got there, they were yapping so fucking loud, and listen, I'm a top yapper. This video is gonna be way too long, way longer than it should be. I get it. Not in the fucking quiet floor of the library. There's a social area in the library. There's a whole downstairs you can talk in. Why come to the quiet floor if you're gonna be everything but quiet? And the most annoying part is they were saying like stupid gossip to each other. Like, oh my god, did you see his haircut? His haircut looks like an egg. Like, the stupid fucking shit of like young girls who like, you know, it's not that like all young girls are gonna like gossip about stupid shit young girls gossip about, right? Like, that's not bad inherently, but my professor is going to have to review my exam now because it's going to say there was like a lot of audio detection, so he's going to have to review to make sure I wasn't cheating. And so my professor's going to have to hear in the background of my exam girls gossiping about the dumbest fucking shit. And I kept giving them dirty looks. And then there was the guy that was next to her. He was way older. He must be like a grad student or like, I don't really know what he's in the library for. Maybe he's doing work for his job. I don't really know. Way older. He also kept giving them dirty looks too because this is a quiet floor. And it's like the little cubicles, but the cubicles don't have like full coverage. It's just like sides with chargers. And, so please, per favore, if you're going to go to the quiet floor of the library, be quiet. Because people who go to the quiet floor are going to the quiet floor to be quiet, have quiet.
So I can't really relate to this too much because the libraries I would go to were already on the campus, so it was all college students that went to the library, and I believe you had to no. For the first college I went to, you didn't need to have your ID present. For the second college, you had to have your ID present, though. Especially to get in, like especially like my last year there, that was the only way you can scan in and get to where you need to get to. Uh, but yeah, I mean, there's even a few college students who would sometimes be loud on the quiet floor. Not often, but it would happen at times. And it would annoy me. I would sometimes just go down to the next quiet floor because there was free quiet floors in my university. But geez, that's awful. But to be honest, if I had my professors kind of catching, I only have one professor that used lockdown browser. So my personal finance professor, yes. So my personal finance professor was reviewing my exam, and she had to hear all the gossip. I would kind of think it was funny, to be honest. Um, but I can understand how annoying that is. So yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
I gotta be honest with you guys.
I don't want to. I don't want to do two rants in one, so we're gonna do another one.
I gotta be honest with you guys. I
What I
definitely
mean by two rants in one is the same person.
sugarcoated the way I felt about going to UCLA and being a college student, especially in my senior year, like last year. I definitely put on a front and, made vlogs and said it was so fun and I like loved it and I had so much fun like being on campus and being a student. Like I was lying. I was playing. It was really hard. It really, really affected my mental health. I was really ready to get out of there. I felt so trapped. I did not like it. I really feel like towards the end of my college experience, I had just really outgrown the place, and I tell everybody in my life, I got the college experience I wanted to in like the first 2 years that I was there. You know, when I was a freshman, I lived in the dorms. That's fun. That's, you know, like a canon event. And then I lived in an apartment with my friends sophomore year, and that was really fun. And then after that, I was like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I should have gone abroad. That would have been really fun, and I could have made really cool content with that. Anyways, towards the end, you guys, I was just really struggling. Like, I lived in an apartment with 4 roommates, sophomore, junior, and senior year. Pretty much all of them had boyfriends, so basically everybody had, like, a lot of people over. It was just a really busy place to live. And I'm the type of person where, like, I can't make videos in front of other people. I can't make videos if people can even hear me talking. Like, if I'm in earshot of somebody, I can't record a video. And so as you can imagine, that made content creation like really fucking hard for me. I wanted to stop. I wanted to drop out. I didn't care about school. I didn't feel much academic validation at that point. I was just like, I don't know why I'm doing this. Like, my social media is going so well. I don't know why I'm getting a degree. Like, But UCLA doesn't really have many options for online degrees. They don't really do that type of thing. You have to be there on campus to earn your diploma. But I still don't regret it. I still don't regret going or living with my friends. And also in that apartment, like, my bedroom didn't really have a window. Like, I don't want to explain all the details on that, but like, it was a tiny bedroom that didn't have a window, which I had popcorn ceiling for 3 fucking years. Like, there was just a lot of times where it was uncomfortable or not fun to be in the social position that I was with a big, big following and going to a school like that and feeling so overexposed and so visible on campus all the time, and it was just really not a good fit for me. I just know that Yik Yak was going crazy with some like bullshit rumors about me, people like lying about me. It was bad. I remember there was a few times I had to come on here and try to set a boundary with people at UCLA. It didn't fucking work. Like, I'd be like, hey guys, like, please don't try to come and take pictures of me or pictures with me when I'm like studying for a test in the library during finals week. Like, that's really violating. Like, that doesn't make me feel good. Like, I'm a student, I'm trying to focus. Every day I would see people taking pictures of me or like gawking at me or like gasping when I would walk by. And I'm not even trying to say this like I'm so fucking famous. It's just like, I wanted to blend in. I really wanted to just blend in, do my classes and get out. And that's just like, that's not the social environment I found myself in because of social media, and that's something that I took on myself, but I just like, it was hard to handle the consequences of that, honestly. I just felt like I couldn't escape. I couldn't be anonymous. I couldn't do things in privacy. I couldn't do things secretly, like, at all. I don't regret going to UCLA. I don't regret getting a degree, but like, senior year was hard. But alas, that chapter has closed. I am free. I don't have to go back there, and my diploma is currently in the mail on the way to me. I gotta be honest with you guys.
Props, man. Props. I got my degree sitting right in front of me, actually. Not right in front of me, but a few feet away from me over there. So yeah, I luckily had never had that experience because I never had a large social media following, but it sucks, man. It sucks. I'm assuming if like you're just trying to study and people are like, oh my goodness, you're this dude on TikTok or YouTube or whatever. So
Good morning, Queens. Another morning, another rant. On my way into work. Per usual. I've worked every day this week, day shift, which I don't mind.
oh, this is 9 minutes. I don't know if we're gonna do this one, guys.
Okay, guys, so I'm gonna rant time, alright? So, first of all, I just got back from my trip, and as soon as I got back, my school started, so I've been doing homework nonstop, whatever, that's fine. But then, okay, I have an English class, okay? And first of all, my professor said, if you want to get an A in my class, you guys have to get a 95 and not a 90 to get an A in my class.
A 95?
What the fuck? I didn't know professors are allowed to make up their own grading system. What if he's gonna make a 99 to make an A and the rest is a B? Like, what the fuck? Second of all, he gave me a 95 for my introduction assignment. How do you justify giving somebody a 95 for an intro? For an intro? Like, for not liking my music taste, or for like not liking my hobbies? Like, how the fuck do you get a 95?
Yeah, that makes no sense. I would see 100 as being the perfect grade for every single introduction assignment I've ever done. I've always gotten 100 on.
I don't know. It's just, what a fucking great start, okay? Thank you guys for listening.
Can someone explain to me how the hell I'm supposed to make friends in college? Do I just like raw dog, cold open DM? Hi, you look cool. Do you want to be friends? I sound like a dork. I sound like a loser, but that's like genuinely all I know how to do. Maybe I'm just like not socially educated enough. Maybe I don't know my game. Maybe I don't know ball. Maybe I was born with a brain that works a little differently than some people in social situations, so I got into clothes instead so I didn't have to try. This is why I got into clothes. This is why I got into fashion, so I could express myself and I can show you who I am without having to use mouth words and not sound like a crazy person. But like I have been just like cold opening. There's this one person that like I really, really want to talk to, right? Low key, fine shit. But that's besides the point. I like just like cold open was like, yo, let's hang out after like 3 months of like back and forth story replies and that's it. Is this how you guys make friends? Is this how you move to a new place? I don't know what I'm doing. I feel out of my element. I feel out of my zone. Am I supposed to just like act as weird as I do on the internet in person? My roommate told me, wow, you're just like your TikTok, and I don't think that was a compliment. Then someone
Wow, okay. Yeah, I've had trouble making friends when I began college. Eventually you find your group of people. It took me about like probably 2 months to find my group of people, maybe even 3 months. Yeah, I had trouble making friends when I started college too. Because even people were like very closed off with me because I was to give context, I was 17 when I started college, so everyone kind of treated me like a baby because I wasn't 18 yet. But also just everyone's still kind of like the thing is when you start high school and not high school, when you start college, you still see people who feel like they're in high school and still act like they're in high school. So yeah, it's difficult to make friends. Whoa, this dude's going to school in New York City? Dang.
As much as I tried to keep this account a secret, I know that I'm probably already getting my
This is probably gonna be the last one I react to, by the way. Alright, let's do
As
this.
much as I tried to keep this account a secret, I know that I'm probably already getting my asshole ripped to shreds in someone's group chat or on someone's poorly named private story, so I'm just gonna continue speaking what I need to say. I think university is a total scam, and that's coming from somebody that did go to university. And I'm just gonna say why I think that. You're just paying for fluff. Most of the time, you're paying for fluff. Unless you're on scholarships or you're going there for something crazy like aerospace engineering, it ain't worth it. At least the first 2 years. I hate the stigma behind people that stayed home and did community college or stayed home and did local college because all we hear, now that I am one of these people, all I hear is, good for you. Good for you. You're saving so much money. While last year, when I made the worst financial decision of my life and decided to go to university, I was getting praised while I'm sitting in a underwater basket weaving 101 class. I felt dumb. And on this same note, this is what's really gonna get sent into someone's fucking group chat, and y'all know who you are. The people who are stuck in high school and hometown mentality are the people that migrated with their same friend group to another city to do college. When I tell you that I feel like I am in a new town when everybody's off at university, oh my god, I feel like I'm in a new town. I feel like I'm in high school when I go visit people in the college towns. And that's really mostly because all I've noticed is you're kind of just paying for the social experience. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with paying for that at all. At all. I had the most fun I've ever had in my life when I went to university, made so many new friends, rekindled with old ones. It was so fun. But it was so much money. So, if you're a senior in high school, or the parent of a senior in high school, or you have siblings who are figuring out what they want to do, that's all you need to do is figure out what you want to do. Go to college based off of what you want to do with your life. What degrees will get you the furthest for the least amount of money, not where your friends are going. Don't follow your friends. That is so stupid. But no one's better than anybody else. I am not saying that people who did community college are any better than anybody else. People who go to university are not better than anybody else. People who did trade school or didn't do school at all, we're all in the same boat. It's so fine. It's so fine to do whatever. Just stop shaming other people for what they decide to do. That's stupid. But I'm allowed to make fun of whoever I want, so yup.
So, personally, I can actually agree with this a lot. Um, I can relate to this on so many levels. I realized by senior year of college that college was a scam, and I regretted going. the only, I think, good things that came out of college were some of the friends I made, and the fact that I was close enough to meet my husband, and we were able to have a relationship, and we're happily married now. But anyways, yeah, there's a lot of people with high school mentality that go to college, and it's really annoying. And this is like almost anywhere you go, really. There's always gonna be people with high school mentality that want to start drama with other students for like stupid reasons, or like they have like either new friend groups. They're all high school mental, and they'll start trolling you or messing with you or bullying you for like the stupidest things. It's dumb. Like it's a huge downgrade from like the 40s in college. What else can I say about this? It's too much money. I definitely agree. I am paying off college debt right now, and it's annoying. Yeah, it sucks. I did have some good experiences, but I'm not going to lie. Like, some people are just too immature to go to college, in my opinion. I lost so many friends over stupid reasons, over people wanting to start a stupid drama for no reason. Hold on. Sorry about that. Uh, yeah, it's dumb. I personally don't recommend college. If you want to go, go ahead. If you want to go to university, go ahead. I'm not stopping you. I personally just don't recommend it, and that is something I'll also get into like whenever I make a video on my college experience. Yeah, it's dumb. Alright guys, so that's all for my video today. If you guys like this video and want to see another video like this, please let me know in the comments. If you have any certain rants you want me to watch on TikTok and react to, please let me know as well in the comments. If it's anything to do with political rants, I'm not going to react to it. Or like anything that's like too sensitive to put on YouTube. But if you want me to like react to people who rant about going to work, or people who rant about going to college, or people who rant about friendships, relationships, whatever, let me know in the comments below. Yeah. And secondly, I do hope you guys, like I said, enjoy this video, and I'll see you all in the next video.